Hi, Year 3, and so it is Thursday. This is Group 1's work for Thursday, and it will be Group 2's work on Friday. So, yesterday you learned how to tell the time, the exact minute past the hour, and we very, very briefly touched on what happens if it is to the hour, because it changes things a little bit. So you are really being precise now with your time, telling the time, looking at precise time to the minute. And so we're going to go through today how to tell the time to the minute when it is to the hour. Okay, so things are a little bit different to what we've done before. So we'll work through the PowerPoint and then I will show you your task for today. Okay, so we just start the PowerPoint. So our aim, our WALT, is to tell the exact time with minutes to the hour. And by the end of this lesson, we will know what time is read as past the hour and to the hour. Know that clocks are marked at 5-minute intervals, which is what you've been doing. Know quarter past, half past, and quarter to, which I think you are quite familiar with now. And know that addition and subtraction can help you tell the exact time, which we did a little bit of in yesterday's lesson. So what is the exact time? Now, if we do this based on what we learnt yesterday, when we were doing our looking at our 5-minute increments around the clock and our 1-minute increments, you can see the 5 minutes are on here for me, so I can go straight to 45 for my minute hand, 45, 46, 47 minutes, and it's 47 minutes past 10. Because my hour isn't quite yet on 11, it's nearly there, but it's not quite, it's still in between those two. So 47 minutes to 11. 47 minutes past 10. Sorry, children. 47 minutes past 10. Now, when we split our clock in half, straight down the middle here, like a piece of cake, straight down the middle, the right-hand side of the clock we call our past the hour. And then on this side, the left-hand side, we call this to the hour. So this time, rather than saying 47 minutes, which is what we've just said, 47 minutes past 10, we look at how many minutes it's going to take us now to get to 11, to the next hour. So I'm looking at 60, take away 47, or I can just count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 minutes until I get till 11 o'clock. So rather than saying 47 minutes past 10, we say it is 13 minutes to 11. It's a bit like saying until 11. There are 13 minutes left until 11 o'clock. So it changes things a little bit because we've been used to saying 5 past, 10 past, 15 minutes past, 20 minutes past, 25 minutes past, half past, all the way down there on that half of the clock. And when we write it digitally, we write, for example, 11:05, 11:10, 11:15, 11:20, 11:25, 11:30, 11:35, 11:40, 11:45, 11:50, 11:55, or 11 o'clock if it's at the top. So when we're writing from an analog clock, the time, we need to remember that the left-hand side of the clock, we are using the word to. How many minutes left until the next hour? So reading the time to the hour needs a little more concentration than with minutes past the hour, because past the hour we can see quite clearly, counting in our fives, how many minutes go past. A simple method is to count the blocks of 5 minutes to the hour from 0 at the top, so you could work backwards. So for example, here, this blue hand here, you could work backwards from the clock. So you could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then there's one more making it 26. So you could say there are 26 minutes left until the hour hand gets to the 10. 26 minutes to 10. Okay, so you could do it like that. Or, like I said before, you can count how many minutes from where the minute hand is all the way around back to the 60. So what I would do is I'd pretend that one is on the 7 and I would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And remember, there was one left there that I didn't do, 26. So either way, you can either work backwards from the clock to count in 5s to get to the minute hand. Oh, excuse me. Or you can start from here and count all of the minutes. Now, it is not an efficient way of counting every single minute, especially when we know that the increments go in 5s. So for me, I think it wouldn't be good use of your time and good practice to start counting them individually like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, and so on. Firstly, their increments are so small that you may miscount. And secondly, we don't need to do that when we know these larger increments are in 5. So this shows 5 lots of 5 minutes and 1 more minute, showing 26 minutes to 10. And remember, it's to 10 because the hour hand is nearly on the 10. So it changes what we say. If we were writing this on a digital clock, we would remain with the hour that we're in. We would say 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 9:34. So it's a little bit different on a digital clock. So we're only thinking of the analog clock times today. So you can look at this one here as 6 lots of 5 minutes and then take away 4 or 5 lots of 5 and add 1. So yeah, so you could instead here, you can see that this is another way of working it out at the same time, that there are 4 here. We know that there's 30 minutes on this side of the clock. There are 4 here that are not being used. So you could do 30, take away 4, which we know is 26. It gives you the same answer, 26 minutes to 10. So the numbers in green on this clock show the minutes to the hour. These green numbers just make it easier to read the minutes to the hour, and normal clocks don't look like this. So these green numbers are not on normal clocks. But it's just like I said to you, working backwards, you can count in 5s backwards round the clock to give you your answers to the hour. So let's have a little practice, shall we? What is the exact time here? If you want to pause the video for a moment and just have a little go. Remember, you can either count backwards in 5s. Oh, excuse me. You can either count backwards in 5s, or you can start at the 30 and see how many you need to take off. Or you can start from here and count in 5s and add on those little extra ones there. See if you can do that. Pause the screen, have a go. Okay, I hope you've had a little bit of time to have a go at that one. So if I was working out this one, my mouse seems to be doing its own thing today, I would go back counting backwards in 5. So I'm looking at my hour hand. The next hour is going to be 3. So it's something to 3. How many minutes to 3 until 3 o'clock? So I'm going to count backwards. 5, 10, 15. Now I can't do another 5, so I'll go 15, 16, 17, 18 minutes. 18 minutes until 3 o'clock. 18 minutes to 3. I could have done it by starting here. 5, 10, 11. There are 12 increments. 5, 10, 12. So I need to do 60 take away 12. So 60 take away 10 is not 60, sorry children. 30 take away 12, half of the clock. 30 take away 12, so 30 take away 12, 30 take away 10 would be 20. Take away another 2 is 18, giving me the same answer, 18 minutes to 3. Remember, it is not an efficient way to count by counting every single increment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to the top. But if that's how you feel comfortable for today, and on certain questions, do it that way, but try your best to try and use your 5 times table. So you should have got the answer 18 minutes to 3 o'clock. I like to say in the same way, 18 minutes until 3 o'clock, because that's the next hour. 18 minutes to 3. Okay, so let's have one more go. Pause your screen. I'll see if I can pause mine properly this time. Pause your screen, have another go at this one. Okay, did you manage to have a go? Okay, so let's have a look at our hour hand first. Our hour hand is nearly on the 5, so we know it's something minutes to 5 because it's until 5 o'clock. How many minutes until 5 o'clock? Now, remember, you could have done it in 2 ways. You could have started here on 30 to see how many minutes until you get to the minute hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 minutes. So I know I've got to do 30, take away 7. What's 30 take away 7? That's right, 23. 23 minutes to 5. I'm going to double check that by counting backwards along the clock in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23 minutes to 5. Who got 23 minutes to 5? If you did, well done. That means you have taken in what you need to do. Now, remember, this is really tricky because this is quite advanced when telling the time. If you know how many minutes to, this is the last part of telling the time on an analog clock for this week. So just take your time. I'm going to show you now your activity for today based on what we've just done together. So if I just stop this share here. So here's your work for today. It's the bullet train time. So do you remember in yesterday's PowerPoint, we talked about the Japanese bullet trains and how precise they are. So when they record their times for the trains' arrivals and departures, they would have quite precise times. So we are looking here at each clock and the increments are on there for you. They're quite small, so you will need to print this off, I think, to do this on paper. So you've got the 5-minute increments all the way around. Excuse me. And then you've also got the little minute increments on there as well. So to start with here, what times are the trains due? Write the times in words. So you've got to figure out how many minutes to the hour. And they've actually given you the hour there, which is quite helpful on that first page. Here, draw the hands on these clocks to show the exact time. Don't forget the minute hand is the big one and the hour hand is the small one. Now, there are 4 sheets here to complete. You do not have to do all of them if you don't want to. I'm going to suggest that you start with the sheet 1. And if you look at it, it's got a star on it here. See how you get on with sheet 1. If you find it okay, maybe you could move on to sheet 2, which is a little bit trickier because you have to write the whole time. If you find that okay, then keep going. Move on to sheet 3. You have to write the words and then draw the times on here. And it's actually got a little extension here with 2 problems to solve. Okay. So if you feel quite confident, Group 1, who are doing this on Thursday, I think that you possibly could get through all of this. Group 2, you're going to be doing this on Friday. So I would give the first sheet a go first, see how you get on, and then move on. And if you do the second sheet and you think that you've probably achieved enough, then don't move on to the third. So Group 1 on Thursday, I think you could probably get through these. And if you want to miss out the first sheet and start on the second sheet and then do them, that's fantastic. And then Group 2 on Friday, begin with the first sheet first to give yourself a little bit of support and then move on. What I will say, children, it's really important that you use a ruler for drawing these times, especially when we're doing the precise times, because that minute hand has to point exactly to the correct minute increment. So just be careful. And remember, when we're writing the time, we are looking at minutes to. So to remember to write minutes to. That is your task for today. I think there's quite a lot there for you to be getting on with. So good luck with that. I think then for this week, Group 2, who do this on Friday, you have completed a full week of time. So well done. Group 1, we're going to do like a mini assessment for you tomorrow to see if you can remember all the different times we've learnt about. So we've done 1/4 past, 1/4 to, the hour, o'clock, 1/2 past, the 5-minute increments past, and the minutes past, and now the minutes to. So we might Group 1, a little assessment for you guys tomorrow because you've covered everything now. So well done, everyone. Hope you get on okay with that, and I will speak to you soon.